All right, so what's going on, guys? Yeah, so what I have here is a wah that I turned into a Clyde McCoy wah. So, yeah, there we go. So this right here, that's the inductor. So that's the Halo, the H10 or whatever that is from Dunlop. They have it on their website for $68. Link in the description, Walmart. You can get it for 50 bucks. So instead of paying $200 for one, all the rest of the circuitry is the same except for this. And this guy right here, and if you're like a little new to this, I'll just either which way, I'll put a link for like Antique Electronic Supply. 22N is the capacitor, and it's like a box style. And so if you switch those two, because that cap moves like on an EQ graph, if over here is the high, it like puts it a little more back towards the low, and it gives it more like when you hear that Jimmy Woodstock like quack or however you view it, or the cream sort of wah that you hear, like all those awesome 60 watt tones. That's it. So this Hendrix wah that I have, the JH1B, I loved it because, well, like I said, this cap I was like, there's something different about this. I don't know what it is. Well, I was analyzing the circuit, and that's what was different. So the only other thing is, if you really wanted to go nuts, is that there's this resistor right next to the inductor. And that changes the height. So they were saying some of the early Clyde wahs were 100K. They switched from the name Clyde to V846, so they didn't have to like owe him money or whatever. So, but that's what, if you're after that Clyde McCoy, 50 bucks. Also, the revision I, this is very important, revision I, because Joe Bonamassa, whenever he had his wah done up, was like, hey, yeah, I want the Halo inductor. And so from then on out, like the new revision was just so you could put like any inductor, the yellow, the red, Eddie's, or the Halo one. If you don't have I, it won't let you do it. Because I was trying to do it at first. So it's about 50 bucks total, 50, 55 or something like that to like do all of this. But if you have to get revision I, that might be another like 25, which really that's not like a big deal, because like if you already have a wah, you have the whole housing and everything, and you're like, oh man, I want that wah. Instead of you like trading in and getting ripped off or reselling whatever basic wah, you can just go and just do that, especially if you have a newer regular, or heck, even just for $75, instead of going through the hassle of like the $200 thing, which honestly, there's the 95Q, which I think is really cool. All of you 95Qers out there, that's, there you go. Because that's like a newer one. It has auto return. It'll have this revision I. You have a volume boost. You can tweak the height of the Q, and there you go. Just this and, that cap. And, that's a really good setup right there. But I personally, I love that 60s wah tone. So, yeah, there you have it. I'll put this stuff in the, description below. Click like, subscribe if you would please. And yeah, hope I'm able to save you some money.
Wow.